Hello, it's Melissa here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a candle haul that I made from Bath & Body Works for some new fall scents. Sometimes when shopping candles at Bath & Body Works, there's just so many different scents to choose from that sometimes it's hard to narrow it down. So I'm hoping this video will help you determine which candles are definitely worth the purchase versus which candles maybe are okay to skip out on. I used to be a part-time manager at a Bath & Body Works for about 6 years, and now I make YouTube videos about Bath & Body Works, and lately I've been making lots of cozy autumnal videos for the season. So if you like either of those topics, then make sure you subscribe down to my channel below, and let's get started looking at these candles. The first thing I wanted to show you before we get straight into candles is actually that I purchased the fall box now that it is marked down. I actually used a coupon on top of it, and I didn't spend more than maybe $26 for it or something around that range. It used to be, I believe, $75 or something like that, and it comes with all sorts of goodies, kind of like the top selling goodies at Bath & Body Works for fall. So I will show you what I got inside. First thing that came in the box is this 3-wick candle of Leaves. Let's get a close up here. Leaves is Bath & Body Works' #1 selling fragrance for 3-wick candle during the fall time. So this is definitely worth a purchase. The majority of people love this scent, so this is one that you can rely on being one of their best. The notes are crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. I find that it is quite strong. It has a really good throw, and I actually think of Thanksgiving when I smell this candle. It's just very spicy but a little bit appley as well. Also in the same fragrance Leaves, the box included a gentle foaming hand soap. It looks like this. Same fragrance, the notes say crisp apple, golden nectar, warm clove spice. And then it also came with a bundle of a wallflower of Leaves. Here it says that it is fruity and happy. And then they also sent a wallflower plug-in that is actually a 24/7 light up nightlight as well. And then the other two items that they included in the box is some pumpkin pecan waffles. This is nice because they had a little bit of apple and a little bit of pumpkin as well. So I got it in the room spray as well as the single wick candle. The notes of pumpkin pecan waffles is maple syrup, golden waffles, pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. If you love sweet scented candles, this is one you should definitely purchase. If you do not like gourmand or baked scents, then this is not the one for you, but I love it. So that is what came in the box. Now let's move on to the candles that I had purchased. I bought these when they had a sale going on for $12.95 over a weekend a couple weekends ago. The best time to buy 3-wick candles is usually on the weekends because that's when they most often have their sales on them. This is my all-time favorite candle from Bath & Body Works, at least one of them, and that is Cider Lane. It's definitely in the top 3 of all of my favorite fragrances. This one was actually an online exclusive this year, although they did have it in a Halloween packaging that was called Spooky Cider Lane. Same fragrance, different package. The notes are bourbon glazed apples, maple sugar, and creamy vanilla. This is one that every time they make it, I will probably buy it because I just can't live without it. The next fragrance I got is a new one as of this year, and it is called Fall Festival. I really love the packaging on this. They have more of this style packaging in the collection. It also had, I think, sweet cinnamon pumpkin, maybe pumpkin apple, and like a red one if I remember correctly. But this one is a new fragrance, and it has fresh pumpkin, spiced cinnamon, sweet maple, almond butter. Now, when I first smelled this, I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't stronger on the maple almond butter note. It actually is very strong of cinnamon. If you like spicy cinnamon like Red Hots, you will probably enjoy this candle. It actually gives me strong association with cinnamon and clove buds, and also cereal and cartoon candle. It has kind of this cinnamon note that hits you in the back of the throat. It's almost a little bit too overwhelming for me, which is why I'm not that into this candle. Of course, I haven't lit it yet, so I don't know what it's like burning, but smelling it on cold, it's definitely one that I probably would have passed on if I had smelled it in the store. So to summarize this one, I say that this one would be a pass if you need to narrow it down, unless if you are obsessed with cinnamon clove buds, skip this one. The next one is of the same packaging collection, and it is called Autumn Chai. This is also a brand new fragrance as of this year. When I smelled it for the first time, it kind of took me by surprise and threw me off a little bit, but I actually do really like this candle smelling it cold. It really does smell like a chai concentrate, like organ chai that you put in milk and stuff. It has kind of that liquidy tea smell, which is really interesting. The notes are cinnamon chai, French vanilla froth, and smooth caramel. It's not as rich and gourmand as I thought. It is a little bit spicy, but it's soft, and it does have that frothy milk scent. I would say that this one is definitely worth the try. I have burned this one before in the past, and I loved it, so I was very glad to see it back online. This was an online exclusive, and that is Pumpkin Peanut Brittle. It smells like crunchy caramel brittle, salty peanuts, and toasted pumpkin seeds. I love it when a candle has both sweet and salty notes, and this definitely has a little bit of both. If you've ever had those chewy granola bars that are the sweet and salty ones, it smells exactly like that, and so it kind of makes me hungry when I smell it. So this one is definitely worth the try if you're into the sweet salty kind of combo. So the last 5 candles I have are all a part of a collection. You know when you go to the fair and you enter in a baked dish and it gets like the first prize ribbon? Well, that is exactly what the theme of this packaging is. It's like going to the fair and getting the prize. So the first one we have that I was the most intrigued about was Washington's Finest Apple Macchiato. So the Apple Macchiato has been one of Starbucks' newer drinks that they've had in the last couple of years, and it's been popular for fall ever since. And I also live on the border of Washington State, so I liked the nod to the fact that it's kind of like a geographical relevance to me. Smelling it, I am almost certain that this is pretty much just pumpkin apple, and that's kind of disappointing. Similar to leaves, pumpkin apple is quite harvesty and spicy. It does have a little bit of apple, but it also has a little bit of pumpkin in it as well. I wouldn't classify it as a full-on gourmand though, and that's how this is. It really does smell identical to pumpkin apple, except if there is a difference, I would say it's just a little bit softer. I think the throw is not going to be as strong on this. I'm disappointed because I smell no coffee notes at all, which is what a macchiato is. Macchiato literally means stained with milk, so the drink is supposed to be straight shots of espresso with just a tiny little dollop of milk froth in it. And so it's supposed to smell quite like coffee because it's a coffee drink, but I smell no coffee at all. I do love the packaging and the idea. The notes say Washington spiced apples, hint of cinnamon, caramel drizzle, frothed milk. I think they kind of missed it here. So if you are a pumpkin apple fan, I would sadly say maybe just get pumpkin apple instead of bothering with this one. Next up, we have America's favorite pumpkin Snickerdoodle. This is not the first time that Bath & Body Works has done a pumpkin Snickerdoodle candle. I'm pretty sure that this is the same from previous years. I do really like this candle. It has warm sugar cookies, ground cinnamon, fresh nutmeg, and sprinkled with sugar. I like it because you do smell a little bit of the cinnamon and nutmeg kind of spices, but it really does have that strong base of like a vanilla cookie dough. So I enjoy this. I think it's worth the purchase. Next up, we have 5-star Texas Pecan Pie. Once again, not the first time that Bath & Body Works had a pecan pie. I believe it was called sugared pecan pie, and it was kind of like in a chalkboard packaging. And I have burned that one before, and I did like it. In fact, smelling it cold, it is very, very soft. I actually find that it is not a very strong candle. This one does improve when you light it. I actually found that the first like hour or so of burning it, it was very soft, just like how it is when you smell it cold. But the more it burns in, the better it gets. You do smell a little bit of the pie crust, and you do smell a little bit of the toasty pecan nuts. But to me, the part of the pecan pie that it smells like the most is that molassesy syrup that holds all of the nuts together. And so I do like this candle, and I think it's worth the buy. Next candle is world famous pumpkin cinnamon buns. I really like this candle. I have yet to burn it, but I actually have it both in this packaging and another packaging. Bath & Body Works is currently selling 2 packagings of this same fragrance. The other one is more in this kind of bakery pumpkin themed packaging. So if you were thinking of buying one of the 2, then you don't have to worry about it. Just buy based on packaging. It is the same fragrance. The notes on this one are warm cinnamon roll, pumpkin spice, and vanilla frosting. I think they should take out the thing that says vanilla frosting and replace it with cream cheese frosting, because that is the main thing that I smell in this candle is cream cheese, and I love that smell. So it's very cheesecakey, but you do get a little bit of the cinnamon roll, and it's not so pumpkin-y. I don't notice it being too pumpkin-y. If you said that it was a normal cinnamon roll without the pumpkin, I'd believe you. I definitely like this candle and think it's worth it. The last candle I have is probably the outlier of all of these in terms of fragrance, yet it still is a part of that fair prize collection that I was showing you, and this is Maine's Best Blueberry Cotton Candy. The notes on it are ripe Maine blueberries, spun sugar, and vanilla. So this one, I was expecting it to smell pretty much identical to Bath & Body Works' blueberry sugar candle that they've had. It is not the same fragrance, and I was very glad to smell that. When I smelled it, I really liked it. I do smell cotton candy, but I also smell blueberries. It's a very good balance of the two. That cotton candy kind of has that almost bubblegummy kind of smell, but the blueberry does have kind of like that tart, ripe berries kind of smell as well. If you remember the Christmas scent that they had, that was the cotton candy champagne that said love on it. It smells very, very similar to that. That's the closest thing that they've had to it. I remember some of my coworkers and I were saying that that one smelled exactly like strawberry yogurt. Well, this smells just like blueberry yogurt. There's like something about the cotton candy note that smells like yogurt. This is probably a candle that I will wait to burn until next year, probably late August, early September at the latest, and do it kind of more as a cotton candy fair themed type of situation. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you with some decision making with your candle purchases, because I know it can be hard to narrow it down. So hopefully that helps narrow it down for you. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye!